Good morning. Some deep contemplation going on here this morning for the topic for which I've titled Exploring Our Obligations in the Matrix. I could have started this over an hour ago, yet I felt I needed to spend more time exploring how I feel about the subject of obligation. I didn't realize how deep the feelings go. How many times have we had our friends and family expect us to do something for them because of something they have done for us? How many times has it been the other way around? I realize for me how uncomfortable I feel when someone wants me to do something I don't want to do, and they pressure me with guilt, trying to manipulate me to do it anyway because they need it. I'm sure most of us have met needy people or even been needy ourselves. How do people generally react to the needy person? Are we not pushed away when we feel the demands? And don't we feel hurt when others don't meet our perceived needs? What's the solution? Or is there even a solution? That's what I've been meditating on for over 2 hours. I always have to fix something, it seems, don't I? Oh dear. Indeed, I actually woke up about 2 o'clock this morning. So when I say over 2 hours, I mean it's been over 2 hours. And this has been the only topic, really, that I've been focused on at all today, besides just praying for people as I normally do. But this has been the central focus, and it's been the central focus for a couple of days, actually. It's been going on and on because of something that happened a couple of days ago in my life personally. But as I concentrated my focus today, having chosen, I think probably yesterday, that this is a subject that I needed to deal with because it was coming up, and it was coming up big inside of me. Let me just, I could go in a whole bunch of different directions, but let me begin by just using YouTube for an example. I don't know the exact number of subscribers I have. Over 4,000 subscribers to YouTube and over 4,000 friends on Facebook. And I just got another one this morning from someone who just newly subscribed to my channel and wanted me to, well, I subscribe to you, now you subscribe to me. I get that all the time. I very rarely subscribe to anybody else's channel. It has to be something that interests me. If it doesn't interest me, why would I want to subscribe? And yet it's a I scratch your back, now you scratch mine type of scenario. And this is something that I encounter with people all the time. I get a whole bunch of people that send me things and want me to get involved in their cause. Join my group, like my page, on Facebook, whatever. And sometimes I do, because I do resonate. But where there is no resonance or strong attraction to that, why should I do it just because somebody wants me to? Just because it's going to make somebody else feel good? Is that sufficient reason when it makes me feel bad because I'm out of integrity? If I do what they want because it's not what I want? Of course, it comes home really strongly in relationship issues. And I can go back to my own life of times when I was attracted to someone and I needed a relationship. I mean, I was desperate to have a connection with another human being on an intimate level and a sexual level, whatever. And I'd be so frustrated and feel so hurt when it was like they were putting a wall up and I couldn't get through the wall. And I thought, can't they see how much I hurt? But it didn't matter because my neediness held them at bay. And I'd argue, but with God even, God, why, when somebody really needs something, why do you not help them? Why do you not provide what they need? And I even made an acronym once for God, Granter of Desire, because that's what I wanted God to be. I wanted God to be the granter of desire. Someone who would meet a person's need or desire. That's how I saw it. And all of this stuff has been coming back this morning as I've been pondering this. Because once again, and I say once again because it's not the first time, it probably won't even be the last time, one of my friends wanted to involve me in a commercial enterprise to make money. I don't chase money. Money is no longer my thing and hasn't been for a long time. I have no desire whatsoever to get involved in a commercial enterprise, no matter how wonderful it may be. No matter how wonderful it may be. I don't have that desire. Not even something that I don't have to do anything. I mean, I've had people sign me up and I had a person sign me up once in some kind of a multi-level thing that was claimed to be, but it was really a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. And they signed me up. They paid the I think it was $200 to join me into this thing. And then they kept saying, see how your money is growing. And it grew. It did. It was growing. You know, it grew to a couple or $3,000 or something like that over a relatively short period of time. It was multiplying all by itself, so it seemed. And then all of a sudden, it all disappeared. It wasn't real to begin with. It was numbers on a computer screen. And just as easy as it came, it went. And that individual, who actually stayed with me for a period of time because they needed a place to stay, and I allowed them to stay here for about 6 months or something like that. I don't remember the exact amount of time. I think it was something around 6 months. But last year, when I had the FBI and the Justice Department coming to me, I thought they were looking for something about me. No, they were looking for that individual that had this as one of the addresses. And it was some kind of a fraudulent scheme that this was involved in. And they were looking for this particular individual and other individuals that were connected with this individual, one of whose name I heard and might have even been once at my home. But it was a scam. And I don't buy into these. I mean, it used to be when I really needed money, when I felt that money was going to be the answer to all my problems. I used to look for ways that I could make money easily. And I don't know how many multi-level marketing schemes I tried. And oftentimes the product was a good product. Often it was something that I actually did believe in. But they never worked. They never worked. Even when I put out lots of money and lots of effort, as I did in Quickstar, which was the Amway, which was what Amway morphed into, even that, I put forth lots of effort. I bought lots of product. I mean, I made sure I bought my quota, that were what was required of me, what I was obliged to buy to keep the game going. And I did it every month, and it didn't make me any money. I had people under me. Trying to motivate them was like insane. I mean, it was crazy. Uh, they'd sign up, but they wouldn't do anything. And I finally, after the Quick Start experience, I says, never again. I don't care what it is, will I get involved in a multi-level marketing uh, business or any kind of business like that. I mean, I don't want a commercial enterprise. I don't do anything that I do for money. Nothing. I don't, when I help somebody, I help them because I want to help them. I don't expect them to give me anything in return. If I'm expecting something in return, then it's a commercial enterprise. I don't want to deal with commercial enterprises. That's not who I am. That is unnatural to me as a human being. And as I listen to The Return of Anastasia, which I ordered the video and I'm going to be showing it at my place this coming Wednesday night. I actually talked to the people that distribute it, whom I've talked with before. They used to be in Hawaii. They're in the West Coast now of the United States, no longer in Hawaii. But I actually had a conversation yesterday with these people that distribute the Anastasia materials in English. Anyway, as I watched that, I mean, Anastasia, I mean, he hit it right on the head. You know, it's the monetary system of our world that has corrupted everything. Now, Steve Moyer is going to like that, and he's going to say, "See, Ron, I've told you. You're saying it's about money." No, it's not about money, because we could have a monetary system that actually serves people. We don't have to have a monetary system that makes slaves out of people. Money doesn't have to be our master. It can be our servant. It can be used for something good. Now, the gun issue, that's another whole thing. And I didn't mean to go there, but I just did. Guns as weapons don't really have a good use except self-defense. If I would be all in favor of a total ban on all weapons on the planet. Nobody can have a weapon. Wouldn't that be a wonderful world? Nobody can have a weapon. But we'd figure out one, wouldn't we? If we keep on this thing of obligation, obliging people to do what we want them to do, and manipulating them and coercing them, you'd end up even using words as weapons. Yeah, you know, it's a big issue. Now, when I accept a position, or if I accept a position as a public servant to serve the people, there are duties and obligations that go along with that commitment. But it's a commitment that I make voluntarily to uphold the rights of the people. So when I'm dealing with the courts and with government agencies, I am obliging them to do what they've promised to do in their oaths of office as public servants. That's another whole area, another whole can of worms. That's beyond the interpersonal relationships that I'm talking about. But these are issues that I realize have affected me my entire life. I've either been on one side of this obligation thing or the other side, where I'm obliging people or expecting people to behave or do a certain thing for me because of something that I've done for them, or vice versa. And I realize all the unsettledness, all the insecurities that come to the surface in my feelings when I'm thinking about these things. That's why I could have started at 3:33. I didn't have the blurb written at 3:33, but I had been thinking about it for well over an hour before that. I could have written the blurb. I could have written it, but I didn't write it till like 4:15. And here I am, sitting pondering. I ask, is there a solution? What's the solution? Is there a solution? The only thing that we're obligated to do spiritually is to love one another as I have loved you, as God has loved us, to love one another. But of course, most of us don't have a God, a concept of a God that's loving. We've been given the image of a conditional love God, which isn't God. Anyway, these are the things that I've been pondering today. And now I've given something to you to ponder. How are you going to act when someone is trying to manipulate you to do something that you don't want to do? Yes, I feel guilty, especially when it's somebody that's helped me quite a bit. But I don't want to go where they want me to go. So I have to be true to myself. That's my solution. Be true to yourself. Follow your heart. Trust your gut. Don't go where you don't want to go. Don't do something that you don't want to do. That's my answer, at least in this moment. Thank you for listening, and namaste.